when you talk about close, when you talk about tight, you're talking about the title race for the West Indies Championship. You know, literally 4 teams have a legitimate chance of winning the title, and the final round will decide which one of those teams will walk away as champions of the 2024 West Indies Championship. You know, viewers and subscribers, welcome back to the Sports Perspective TV. And as you can tell, we're going to be talking about the final round of the West Indies Championship. Reviewing what has gone on in the championship so far, and looking at the teams that have a very good chance of walking away champions of the championship. Along with a few other things. So just stay around to the end of the video, and we'll get into all the details. So starting out the final round of the West Indies Championship, it begins tomorrow. And there are 4 teams. The top 4 teams in the championship are separated by 6 points. So there's only a 6-point gap from between the top 4 teams in the championship. So any of those teams, have a very good chance of winning the championship. And the final round will decide which one of them, will be champions for 2024. So looking at the point standings, so we see we're currently leading is the Winward Islands. They are currently leading on 90 points. And then second is Barbados, and they have 87.6 points. Third is Guyana with 87.2. And fourth is the Leeward Islands, with 84.6 points. Right, so those 4 teams are the 4 teams that the winner will come from one of those 4 teams, because they have a very. In the 5th is Trinidad on 72 points, so the top 4 teams have a very healthy lead over Trinidad in 5th, and Trinidad won't be able to get enough points to overtake them and win the championship. So the winner will come from either the Winward Islands, Barbados, Leeward Islands, or Guyana. Right, and in the top of the table matchup, so one of the matches in the final round, we'll see the Leeward Islands, going up against the Winward Islands. Right, so you can consider that a top of the table clash, because both teams have a very good chance of winning, and depending on the result of that match, might see the winner coming from one of those teams. So the Leeward is currently leading, but they're not champions as yet, until the final round of matches, are played. And the Leeward Islands have been playing some good cricket, hence the reason why they are still in with a chance of winning the match. So this matchup between the Winward Islands and the Leeward Islands will be a very good matchup, should be very competitive, because both batsmen and bowlers from both teams, have been performing consistently throughout the championship. So it will definitely be a competitive match, and definitely looking forward to see which one of those teams will come out on top and possibly, becoming champions for 2024. Other matches in the round, we'll see Jamaica going up against Trinidad and Tobago, and that's just more for, consolation. None of those teams, have a chance of winning the championship. As far as Barbados, they will go up against the West Indies Academy. On paper, Barbados, should win this match. So Barbados will definitely be favorites in the match, against the West Indies Academy. But as we all know, the match is not played on paper. Both teams have to go out on the field and perform on the field for the duration of the match. Right. So even though Barbados are favorites to win, it's not a given that they will win. Right. And the West Indies Academy, they have some very good young players, that have been performing as well, throughout the championship. As a matter of fact, the leading wicket taker in the championship, Joshua Bishop, he plays for the West Indies Academy. So it will definitely not be a walk in the park for Barbados, when they go up against West Indies Academy. They'll come up against, strong opposition, good bowling, and they have the West Indies Academy have some good young batsmen as well. But I do expect Barbados to win, based on the form that they have been in the recent rounds. See in the 6th round where they scored over 500 runs, almost 600 runs, and they have bowlers in good form as well, namely Roston Chase, and a few other bowlers as well are in good form. West Indies captain Brathwaite in very good form. So I do expect Barbados to win this match against the Academy, but it won't be easy. And even if Barbados do win, how they do in throughout the duration of the match, that is with first innings, because there are points awarded for whichever team has a lead after the first innings, and then of course whichever team wins the match gets points as well, or if the match is drawn, right? So that will play a huge role. Will be a huge factor. Which team gets first innings will be a huge factor in deciding the champions for this year. Same thing with the Leeward Islands and Winward Islands. First innings, and the result of the match will decide how many points each team gets from the match, and eventually the champions of the round. Right. Other matches, we see where Guyana will go up against the combined colleges and campuses. Again, on paper, Guyana is definitely expected to win this match if we were just going off what's on paper. Guyana, they have a lot of top quality players in their team, West Indian players as well, and players that have represented the West Indies before, and their batsmen are in good form as well. Kevin Sinclair, who is predominantly a bowler, he is one of the top run scorers in the championship so far. And again, we see in the preview in round 6, where Guyana scored, over 400 runs against Jamaica, and won that match very comfortably in the end, with good bowling and good batting, and not to talk about Gudakesh Moti versus Amit Permal. So Guyana, they have a very good team, and I do expect Guyana to win this match against the combined colleges and campuses. But again, the deciding factor will be, which team, wins first innings, which team has a lead after the first innings, and whether or not, there is a result in the match. So whether or not Guyana can win the match. If Guyana draws the match, then it is still possible for them to win the championship, but it will be difficult, because the Winward Islands and the Leeward Islands are also playing against each other, and the Leeward Islands are currently leading, right? So Guyana definitely needs to win the match and secure first innings points as well to give themselves the best chance of becoming champions for 2024. And the other match in the round, we'll see where so those are the 4 matches in the round. So Guyana will be going up against the combined colleges and campuses. Barbados, against West Indies Academy. Top of the table clash between the Winward Islands and the Leeward Islands, and Jamaica going up against Trinidad. If I had to make a prediction, for this round, and subsequently which team I think will, end up being the champions, based on the matchups, I would say Barbados, even though they are not currently leading, I would say Barbados, will come out victorious against the West Indies Academy, and also win the championship. The batsmen of Barbados are in good form, so I do expect them to score a lot of runs in this match, and their bowlers are performing well as also. So it will be a tough task for the West Indies Academy to score a lot of runs, but it's not a given. They still have to go out there and play the match. So it would be interesting to see how it turns out. But I would pick Barbados to win the match against the Academy and the championship. The match between the Winward Islands and the Leeward Islands, I do expect that to be a very, very close game. And both teams have a good chance of winning. The Leewards have been playing good cricket. The Winwards have been playing good cricket. Hence the reason why they are currently leading the standings. But even though they won their match against the West Indies Academy in round 6, their batting performance wasn't all that impressive, and that's the reason why I'm not very confident that they will come out on top against the Leeward Islands. I think this match will be more than likely a draw. And so both teams will share the points, which will open the door for Barbados to win the championship. But again, this is just my thoughts, my predictions. We'll see how it goes when the match is played. But I'm predicting a draw between the Winward Islands and the Leeward Islands. But if the Winward Islands win, then they will be champions, and I wouldn't be surprised if they win. But if I had to make a prediction, I would say this match will be a draw. Guyana as well. I do expect Guyana to come out victorious against the combined colleges and campuses. And it might be a big margin of victory as also. So Guyana definitely are in with a chance, of winning, winning the championship. But like I said, it has to be a huge margin of victory, and Guyana have to get all the points that are available for them in the match. So that's securing first innings points and making sure that the match ends in a victory for them. And then once they do that, then they have given themselves the best chance to win. But yeah, so and as far as the match between Jamaica and Trinidad, I think Trinidad will come out victorious in this match. Jamaica they have been inconsistent and very disappointing throughout the entire championship. And especially their batting. And I don't expect this round to be any different. Trinidad, they have a good bowling attack as well, and the Trinidadian batsmen, have been scoring runs in recent rounds. So I would pick Trinidad to come out victorious against Jamaica in that match, right? So yeah, so that's all I have for the video. So again, the matchups will be Jamaica versus Trinidad, the Winward Islands going up against the Leeward Islands, which is a top of the table clash. Both teams have a very good chance of winning the championship. Barbados, they will go up against the West Indies Academy. Barbados currently in second place and vying for the championship title. And the fourth match will be Guyana going up against the combined colleges and campuses. Guyana also in with a very good chance of winning the championship as well. Right, so we'll see how the matches go once they start tomorrow, viewers and subscribers. But again, like I said, that's all I have for you for this video. Thank you for tuning in, and do remember to subscribe to the channel. I have a lot more quality content coming your way. Like the video and share your thoughts in the comment section. Which team do you think will walk away as champions of the West Indies Championship 2024?